Hey, what's up guys, iMAT here, and today we have the DW99 Ultra, which is the latest Apple Watch Ultra replica which comes with Android and cellular connectivity. We also get a rotatable camera on it. It comes with Android 8, and using Android you can install many applications on it. It comes in a size similar to Apple Watch Ultra, and you can also use Apple Watch Ultra cases on it. In this video we're gonna be checking out all of its features, but before we start I would really appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button. These videos require a lot of time and work, so I would really appreciate if you can hit the subscribe button before starting the video. So let's get right into it and let's find out what comes inside its box. So here's the box, let's go ahead and open it. Inside it, first of all we have the user manual to get you started, then we get the qualified certificate, magnetic charger, a card with your IMEI number, SIM tray ejector tool, ocean straps, and in the end we have the DW99 Ultra Smartwatch. So let's take our first look on the watch. So here is the first complete look on the smartwatch. It comes in 49mm size, and first of all if you try the Apple Watch Ultra case on it, then the hard case fits perfectly well on it. You can see that the additional holes, the action key, the speaker holes, then on the right side the side key, the upper additional hole, the crown key and the microphone are on the same location as the Apple Watch Ultra. The lower additional hole is on a little bit different position. Let's see if we can get the camera out, and you can also get the camera out while using the case, which is a great option in my opinion. And this is the first Apple Watch Ultra replica with Android that I'm using, which is perfectly fitting the case. Talking about the body material, it seems to be plastic. To be honest, I prefer the plastic material on these replicas instead of metallic body, because on metallic body I've seen a lot of issues, because on metallic replicas I've heard a lot of issues that the metallic paint starts to come off after a few months. While it might not be the case in the plastic, the color is quite similar to the Apple Watch Ultra, as you can judge from the straps. On the body we have the additional holes, microphone, we have a side key here, then this crown key looking button is not actually a button, it is the camera. It is advertised to come with a 4-megapixel camera. We're gonna be talking about it in detail later in the video. Then on the left side we have the speaker and the action key. The action key also works well on it, and you might be thinking that where is the SIM card. The SIM card tray is now moved here, so you can either use your nail or use this card given in the box to get the SIM tray out. It is set to support 4G networks. We will talk about it in detail later in the video. After that, the bag looks exactly like the Apple Watch Ultra. We have the real screws here, then we have the strap locks, and the strap locks are real and the straps won't come out, so you'll have to press this button and then push the straps to get them out. And the strap is not included in the box, and it is perfectly compatible with all of the Apple Watch Ultra straps. After that, here we have the health sensors and the magnetic charging points, and here is how the watch looks on the wrist. What do you think about it? In my opinion, it is looking exactly like the Apple Watch Ultra. It is only missing a GPS antenna design on the body. Now let's talk a bit about the hardware. Talking about the chipset, it is using Spreadtrum 8541E quad-core 1.4 GHz processor, and overall the performance of the processor is really good. The smartwatch looks really smooth, as you can see. I haven't faced any restarting issue or any phasing issue so far in the smartwatch. I've been using it for the past 4 to 5 days now, and you can see that the overall smoothness is really good. Every application opens quite quickly. For example, if I pull the camera out, you will see that it will open the camera right away. So hey, what is up guys? And as soon as I push the camera back in, you will see that the application will quit right away. I've also been using some Android applications on it. For example, I have installed Instagram Lite, and you can see that the application opening speed is also quite good. Then we also have the Play Store here, and you can see that everything is functioning really well. If you move forward and talk about the RAM and the ROM, it comes with 2 GB of RAM, and in my opinion 2 GB of RAM is enough for this watch. The app opening speed and the app quitting speed, everything is really good in it, and I haven't faced any issue in the smartwatch so far. It comes with 16 GB of storage capacity. You can install many applications, you can also click pictures when you need, and you can also keep many songs inside it. It comes with Android version 8.1. Just like this, you can install many applications inside it, and as far as I've checked, the Android 8 is supporting most of the Android applications, and in my opinion it will let you download almost all of the applications you would need on this watch. A lot of people ask if you can enable developer mode. I'm gonna continue tapping on the build number. As you can see here, it is not letting me enable developer mode, so that's a no, unfortunately. Now let's talk about the connectivity. We have the Wi-Fi option here, and as far as I've checked, the Wi-Fi strength is as good as my smartphones and even my Mac. It is able to detect all of the networks which are detected by my smartphone, and the speed is also good. After Wi-Fi, we have the mobile network option. We have mobile data here. Then we have the roaming option. Then if you go to advanced, we also get the Wi-Fi calling and voice over LTE option. And in the end, we have the access point names. It also has the option of hotspot and tethering. We have Wi-Fi hotspot here. Then the Wi-Fi hotspot settings here. You can also use Bluetooth for Bluetooth tethering. We have VPN option, and in the end we have Wi-Fi safe mode and the airplane mode. After that, if you go back, we also get the Bluetooth option. So using Bluetooth just like your smartphone, you can connect with wireless earphones and you can listen to music directly on it. And not just that, you can also use Bluetooth for transferring and receiving files. Talking about the supported languages, the DW99 Ultra is based on Android, because of which it supports most of the languages. So if you're buying this watch just like your smartphone, the languages won't be an issue for you. And now it is time to talk about the display. It is advertised to come with a 2.04 inches AMOLED display, and I can confirm from the darkness test that it is using a true AMOLED display, as it doesn't emit light in the dark. And because of the AMOLED display, the overall colors and vibrancy of the colors is really good. The AMOLED display also adds great smoothness in the smartwatch. All of the animations and transitions are also really good. The screen resolution is set to be 448 into 558, because of which the image and the text clarity is really good in it. If I use a brighter watch face, then here is a look at the bezel size. The bezels are even from all of the sides, and compared to the other models, the display size is really big. Now it is time to talk about the UI. So let's take a look at all of the watch faces. Other than these built-in watch faces, you can also install more watch faces from the Dial Market. The Dial Market application is also available in the menu, or you can also swipe in the watch face feature and then tap here to access the Dial Market. So it includes a lot of watch faces inside it. Some of them do take a minute to load. You can also tap here to access the categories. Although as far as I've checked, I haven't found an option to use your own picture from the gallery as a watch face. On the home screen, we have the notification center. It has a lot of options just like any other Android phone. We have nothing from left to right and from bottom to top, and from right to left we have the menu. The menu icons are a little bit similar to watchOS, although they are not exactly like watchOS, and since it does not have a crown key, so to use the crown key gestures, you can slide your finger on the right side. Here we have the theme option, by which you can customize the menus. First of all, we have the theme here. Here you can select different menu icon styles. Then we have the dial effect here. If you will turn it off, it will not show the animation whenever you swipe anywhere. Then you can also choose a background wallpaper for the menu styles. We have many given here. And in the end, we have the menu styles here. We have the classic horizontal mode here. Other than this, we get the list view. We have 4 grid, then we have 9 grid. We have the wheel or gear mode, and in the end we have the cellular mode or the honeycomb menu style, which is similar to Apple watchOS. So the menu style has effect of both watchOS 9 and watchOS 10. If you swipe here, it works like the vertical rotation in the watchOS 10 menu style, while if you slide your finger here, then it works like the watchOS 9 cellular menu style. Since it is based on Android, so the application's UI is more similar to Android devices instead of the Apple watchOS. After that, if you talk about the screen time, then if you go to display and here scroll down, then in sleep the maximum time is 30 minutes, so the display can stay on the home screen for 30 minutes. After that, it will turn off. And one thing that you all might not like is that it does not come with the always on display or the screen off dial option, and when the screen time ends, the screen simply turns blank and will stay off. It does not have the tap to wake option, but it does come with the raise to wake option to turn on the display. It also has the palm gesture to turn off the display. After that, in the display settings, we also have the raise wake up timeout. So when you raise your hand, the screen stays on for 3 seconds. You can also use the follow system option, then it will keep the display turned on according to the sleep time. You can also adjust the font size as well as the display size. If you go to device security, we also have the screen lock option. I'm already using a passcode. After setting the passcode, you can go to the menu and use the Face ID application, and here you can enroll your face. Then you can also use Face ID on it. So when I turn off the display, I will need to have the camera pulled out for that. So if I turn on the watch, as you can see, it will unlock the display, although the Face ID unlocking speed is not as good as S9 Ultra and the CD10 Android watch, which are the S16 and S18 model. Now let's talk about the camera. So I'm gonna pull it out. So it's a 190-degree rotatable camera, but unlike the S9 Ultra and the CD10 Ultra I reviewed, the camera is not too out, and the crown key also doesn't move so much out, because of which when it is here, you can see that half of the view is blocked by this part of the watch. The camera only works if you move it this way. or you move it towards your face. Most of the other models that I've reviewed are advertised to come with a 2 megapixel camera, while talking about this one, it is advertised to come with a 4 megapixel camera. So I'm gonna click a picture. The camera quality is really good. If I move to this way, you can see that there is a light at the back, but it is not mixing my face with the light and not adding extra exposure on the picture. Everything is looking really clear, and you can swipe here to access the recorder. So currently I'm recording a video to test the microphone and the speaker of this watch. So I'm gonna turn off the video now. Let's go ahead and play it. So currently I'm recording a video to test the microphone and the speaker of this watch. So the volume level is not too high on this model compared to the CD10. One thing which really disappointed me is that I transferred the picture to my iPhone, and if I check out the settings, it is showing 0.3 megapixels here. I'm not sure if the transfer didn't go well or what, but unlike the other Android models, it is also not showing the smartwatch model here. If you go to settings and here scroll down, it also comes with built-in GPS. You can also install Google Maps on it, so you can easily turn on sound feedback, and it will be much easier for you to follow the path by checking out the route directly on your wrist. Now let's look at some of the Android applications. So using Play Store, you can install many applications on it. As far as I've checked, Android version 8 lets you install almost all of the main applications on this watch. So far I haven't found any main application which is not supported on this watch. So I've also installed a few on it. I have the Google Maps here, then I've installed WhatsApp, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Telegram, Google Translator. We also have Instagram Lite, Spotify and Gmail. All of these applications are working absolutely fine on it. So here I have YouTube. So if I search for my channel here it is. Let's open it. Here you can see that it is showing almost all of the options like any other Android phone, and you can easily like my video here. Here it is showing the like button, and you can also leave a good comment on the video. Then just like a smartphone, you can swipe up to move the video to full screen and enjoy my videos easily on the watch. If I talk about the sports and health related applications, then we have heart rate and blood oxygen level checker here, and if I use it in the air, you can see that the sensors have stopped working and it has given the error that please wear the watch. Now let's try it on the table, and as you can see it has again given the error. If I try with the straps at the back, you can see that the sensors have still stopped working and it has again given the error, which means that it comes with proximity sensor as well as weight detection and will only continue to measure the data when you have your fingers or your skin at the back, and in a few seconds it will start to show the values. Then we have the walk or pedometer here. So let me take a few steps in the room to see if pedometer works fine or not. So I'm back now, and I took around 60 steps in the room and it has counted 68 steps. I was holding the smartwatch still in my hands during this whole time, because of which the steps counted were not because of the hand movement. And do remember that the results might vary when walking or running outside. We have breath training here. You can tap here to set the speed and tap here to set the time, and in the end you can tap here to start it. And now let's take a look at all of the applications. We have the phone application here. Just like any other cellular device, you can call directly from the smartwatch, and you can also receive calls directly on it. It rings as well as vibrates on the incoming call, and when you accept the call, it has the keypad option here, but it does not have the mute or call recording option. Then we have browser here, so you can use Google or any website on it and search anything right on your wrist. We also get the calculator application in it, and since it's an Android device, so all of the functions work absolutely fine. And you can also swipe here to access more functions. Here is the calendar application, so you can also tap here to add events on it. If you go to settings, here are the contacts. You can tap on import if you want to import the contacts from the VCF file, from Bluetooth or from the SIM card. And if you want to import your contacts from the Google account, you can tap here and add a Google account. Then we get an album here, so it will show you all of the pictures and videos you have recorded, and it will also show you the videos you have downloaded. This was a sample video in the smartwatch. I would never download it. Believe me, my wife would never allow me to download it. We also have the messaging application here, and just like any other cellular device, you can use it to send and receive text messages, and since it's not a Bluetooth smartwatch, so you will not be able to receive Bluetooth calls and push notifications on it. Using the music application, you can store many songs in it. You can also connect it with wireless earphones and use it as an MP3 player. We have two-in-one application here. We have the timer here, and here we have the stopwatch. So if you set the timer for 1 second, when the timer ends, it starts to ring. Then here is stopwatch, so you can tap here to start the stopwatch. Here is the lapse option, then you can tap here to save it. Here is the clock application, by which you can add alarms in it and also store many time zones here. You can tap here to add more countries. Then if you set an alarm, here is the option to set a separate ringtone, and you can also tap here to choose a ringtone from your storage. We also have the vibration option here. We also get a separate video player here. Here is the flashlight application, which can come in really handy in the dark. Using sound recording application, you can also record sound on it. Currently I am testing the sound recorder on the smartwatch, and let's go ahead and play it. Record sound on it. So here currently testing the sound recorder on the smartphone. So the microphone quality is really good, but I think that the speaker is not too loud. Here we have the apps market, so you can also install some applications directly from here, and obviously you can install them from the Google Play Store too. So I'm currently downloading the Google Voice Assistant. So Google Assistant has now installed. Let's open it. Google Assistant has, hey, how's the weather today?
In Lahore, the forecast is for a high of 85 and a low of 75 and partly cloudy. Right now it's 87 in the year.
So it is great to see that Google Assistant is working absolutely fine in this model, while in some of the models I face issue while using the Google Assistant. And here is one-click drainage. And in the end we also have the files application here, by which just like any other Android device you can access all of your files. Here you can see that it is showing all of the folders just like any other Android device, which makes it really easy for you to check out all of your data. And these were all of the applications in the DW99 Ultra. If we talk about NFC, then in display, if you scroll down, we also have the NFC option here. It is showing that it supports non-encrypted ID cards with an input frequency of 13.56 Hz. Other than that, if you use the Apple Shortcuts application, it can confirm that the smartwatch can also be used as an NFC tag. In the end, talking about the battery life, it is advertised to come with a battery capacity of 970 mAh, which can be charged using the charger provided in the box. It should be used exactly like this. The wire should come out from the left side. If I talk about my personal experience, then I've been working on this video for about 1.5 hours now. When I started working on this video, the battery level was 76 or 77% I guess, and then I've worked for almost 1.5 hours on this video, in which the battery has gone down to 54%, losing 22% of the battery. Considering the battery size, I think it's a great battery life, and with standby and just using it on your wrist, I think it can easily give you 1 day of battery life. So guys, this was all from today's video and from the DW99 Ultra. It for sure looks like a great Android watch. I also really like that the body size is now similar to Apple Watch Ultra, and you can also use Apple Watch Ultra cases on it. Then instead of just one key, now we have 2 buttons. The camera is also looking good, but the camera quality is not too good as far as I've checked. Taking the advantage of Android, you can install many applications on it, and it also has built-in GPS inside it. You can also take its advantage and use Google Maps on it, and the battery timing is also looking really good on it. What do you think about it? Let me know about your opinion in the comment section below. If you would like to place an order, I'm gonna be leaving its link in the description box below, and I would really appreciate if you can use that link to purchase the watch. For more videos like this, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications. I'll catch you in the next one. Until next time, this is iMAT. Peace.